spot of any culture is the inability to conceive of its own destruction and possible extinction. It is a truism that we do not know what the future will be, but we can see trends. We might pray for time, but the evidence is mounting that the impacts will be catastrophic to our livelihoods and the societies that we live in. Our norms of behaviour, that we call our civilization, may also degrade.
It was a dingy street of cracked pavement, the opposite side lined with houses that had been built of plastic 100 or more years before. Made of virtually unbreakable materials, their imperishable colours basically as fresh and bright as on the day of construction, they nevertheless showed the marks of time. Dust and soot had fastened leech-like upon the glistening stuff. In the swampy streets there were the remains of furniture, animal skeletons covered with red lilies, the last memories of the hordes of newcomers who had fled Macondo as wildly as they had arrived. The houses that had been built with such haste during the banana fever had been abandoned. The banana company tore down its installations. All that remained of the former wired-in city were the ruins. The wooden houses, the cool terraces for breezy card-playing afternoons, seemed to have been blown away in anticipation of the prophetic wind that years later would wipe Macondo off the face of the earth. That was what happened. On Friday at 2 in the afternoon, the world lighted up with a crazy crimson sun, as harsh as brick dust and almost as cool as water, and it did not rain again for 10 years. Societal collapse can seem abstract, but when I say starvation, destruction, migration, disease, and war, I mean in your own life. With the power down, soon you wouldn't have water coming out of your tap. You will depend on your neighbours for food and some warmth. You will become malnourished. You won't know whether to stay or go. You will fear being violently killed before starving to death. History knows nothing of the evil infinity contained in the image of the two wrestlers locked in eternal combat, and yet the end is never quite there. Even when you give up and start secretly yearning for it, like an eternal mirage, it's always there, but when you try to touch it, it melts into thin air.